Perfect. So welcome and good afternoon. We are super excited to have you all with us today. We've got a lot of exciting information to share with you during the session. So I hope that you'll not only learn more, but you'll also get to meet some folks from the industrial technologies area, from admissions like myself. We're going to do some introductions in just a little bit, but let's get started by sharing kind of where we're heading with our session today. So we're going to do some brief welcomes so that you can meet everybody. We're going to then move into some program information. So you'll learn a lot about different programs of study, watch a couple neat video clips, hear from faculty in those areas. I'm going to share at the end some admissions information so that you have more about how to get started at RCC. So if you're ready for that step, what your next, what the process will look like for you. And we will have lots of opportunity for questions and answers. We'll have a chance at the end, but at any point throughout the session, if you have questions, go ahead and ask them, especially when we're talking about program areas. So we're going to have faculty on the call so that they can talk about their specific areas. So they are the best people to ask if you have a question about that particular program. So ask away, and you are welcome to unmute yourself at any point if you want to ask a question out loud. If you are more comfortable in the chat box, we've got that up and we've got lots of eyes on the chat box. So feel free to ask questions there as well. But this session is for you. So we want to share information with you and help answer your questions about RCC and specifically the industrial technologies area. So before we do our introductions, I just want to share a brief introduction from Maggie Murray. She is our Director of Student Life and Athletics at RCC, and she just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to the college. Let me make sure I've got my volume shared. So I'm going to stop sharing real fast and
put the camera around. There we go.
I'm Deborah Newton. I'm the electrical lead in electrical systems technology. It is a two-year degree program, but it takes 3 years at night. In that program, we teach you to wire houses. We teach you to wire motor starters. We teach you programmable logic controllers, which is called PLCs. They're industrial computers that run the plant, machinery, and factories. We teach you to program robots. In this program, you also have certificates that are automation, robotics, and wiring certificates. You get those along the way, or you can just get those if that's your choice if you don't want a degree. I think I'm done. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Are there any questions about the electrical systems program while we've got Ms. Newton on? Any questions? We'll move along, but if you have a question, you can always circle back. We're glad to answer that. Thank you, Ms. Newton, for sharing. Fabulous. So we're going to bring it back here. And now we're going to jump over to the agribusiness technology program. This program, you should see my screen. These are pictures from the plant sale that they've got going on. And I just had the best time at this plant sale. It was open to the public, and you'll see here, we're going to watch a video in just a second, but they do a phenomenal job. So I'm really excited to share this information with you all today. So let's get started here, and then we'll learn a little bit more.
Students learn from one another. All I do is try to lead the deal. I like for my classes to be very interactive. I was born and raised on an apple farm in the southern part of Virginia and been involved with agriculture all my days. You get to take it apart and evaluate or get a better understanding of all of the items that are involved with the internal organs of an animal. This being the horse specific, we've got a dog and so forth. The program is for an associate's degree in ag business technology. as these students begin to grow and develop, whether they choose to go on to a full-year program, is up to them. Like myself, a lot of these folks are aging out. You know, there are going to be a tremendous number of jobs.
Awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'll have to remember to keep doing that. Perfect. And I'm going to turn over to Mr. Brooks, the Dean over the Industrial Technologies area, to share just a little bit more about agribusiness with us today. Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Oh, thank you. So agribusiness technology is a combining of agricultural skills and business skills. And this is for someone who wants to go into an agricultural-based business. So there are plenty of classes like plant science, animal science, soil sciences, biological pest control, agricultural chemicals. But on the flip side, there's also a pretty equal number of classes that deal with business. And they deal with everything from agricultural marketing to introductions to business, agricultural economics, farm business management. So this is for the person who may want to go into agricultural sales, want to go into agricultural management. It's not necessarily just for the person who wants to work around the farm. Now, there are plenty of classes that allow you to do that, but the program itself is designed for someone who wants to go into that management side of it. So wholesale, retail, work within agriculture, things like that. Do you have any questions? This is a new program for us, as Mr. Ayers mentioned. It's a 2-year associate's degree. It is a full-time program, daytime. And we just started this past fall. The greenhouse that you saw is brand new. The flowers that you saw in it are the first plants to be in the greenhouse. The head house that attaches to it with the classrooms and computer labs was fairly new anyway, but it's been renovated. So it's all wonderful space to learn in, and it's been designed around this program.
Awesome. Yeah. Are there any questions? That plant sale, Mr. Brooks, way cool.
Yes, and
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, the plant sale continues this week, Thursday and Friday.
yeah. So plugging that for everybody. It's open to the public, right?
Yes.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And if you guys think of questions along the way, just chime on in. We'll have Mr. Brooks on. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Great. So now let's jump over to welding. We get a lot of questions about welding, so we're going to watch a couple of clips, and then Ms. Lester is down in the welding lab, so we can answer or have some question and answer time with her. Fabulous. So let's see a little bit about welding here.
Year. It's a talent, you know, you have this thing that nobody can take away from you, that you can do that not everybody else can do. The most amazing thing is we are growing. We are busting at the seams this year. We've actually had to wait list people and add classes because we have so many folks that want to get into the welding program. The field is ginormous. The possibilities are endless.
Awesome. So that's Wendy Wall, faculty in the welding program. And here she is in the welding lab, and she's going to share a little bit more about the program with you now.
Hi guys, welcome to RCC Welding. We have a great program here. If you start in August, you can earn your certificate by May. We offer, it's starting in August, we offer stick welding and blueprint reading. And then in the spring, you'll take MIG welding or wire welding, and you'll take TIG welding. So like I said, successful completion by May, and you've earned that welding certificate. What can a welding certificate get me? It can absolutely get you a job and as an entry-level welder. Welders in this area make anywhere from $13 to $15 an hour. If you go into Guilford County, Forsyth County, depending on where you work, you can make more than that. There is one company in Kernersville, they start you out about $20 an hour. So you don't have to just stop with the classes that we offer in those 2 semesters. You can go further than that. There are underwater welding schools. There are specialized pipe welding schools. Pipe welders, underwater welders can make anywhere from $65,000 to well into the 6 figures. Underwater welding is a specialized field. Like I said, you do have to go to a specialized school for that. You learn to dive, you learn to weld underwater. It's a pretty cool job to have. Around here, we have isometrics, beta fuels. Those are in Rockingham County. Like I said, in Kernersville, there is Deer Hitachi. There's Heiko, Honda Jet, and the opportunities are growing within the welding field. We have older welders that are getting ready to retire, and we have nobody to replace them. Welders built this country. Your bridges, your buildings, the roller coasters you love to ride at the amusement park, all of that, welders help build that. It's a very lucrative field, and we welcome you into the welding program at RCC.
Awesome. Great. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I think we've got Jennifer Lester down in the welding lab. Cool. It looks like we have students in class right now.
My name is Jennifer Lester. I am the Department Chair of the Applied and Industrial Technologies. Welcome. Thank you for coming out to learn about our programs today. I'm going to be here to answer any questions you have about any of our programs. But first, I want to introduce my friend, Ms. Sharon Galloway.
Hi, my name is Sharon Galloway. I am the career coach at your high school. I am there to assist you with dual enrollment opportunities. If you were interested in earning college credit while being in high school, please come and see me. I would love to talk with you. Also, if you have any career interest that you are unaware of but not sure what pathway you're trying to go down, please allow me to assist you. Some great programs that we have in our industrial technology program include the CTE programs or manual machining, our welding, our HVAC, and our agribusiness. So these classes, you can take 4 or 5 classes to complete a certificate. So I would love to chat with you if you're interested in our career and college promise pathway. Thank you.
So any questions for us on anything that you have learned so far?
While they're thinking of a question, there's one in the chat box that came as a direct message to me, Ms. Lester. How many years of college does it take to be an electrician?
That's a great question. And if Ms. Newton is listening, if you want to jump in, please feel free. From my understanding, to be an electrician and to get your license, there are certain requirements in terms of time spent in the field. So I think you have, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have to have at least 4 hours of experience, and 2 years of that can be the associate degree. So your associate degree can count towards some of your work experience, and then you do have to have some additional hours in order to get your license.
Thank you. And we've got another follow-up. This one's for welding. In the chat box, student asked, if we do welding, what other classes do we have to take as part of that program?
So go ahead, Chris.
So if you're doing the certificate, there are only 4 welding classes, one being a blueprint class. If you're doing the diploma, there are classes, there's a communications class, there's a math class, work-based learning, which works with soft skills, teaches what's expected on the job, different ways to work through situations on the job. And it also starts out with navigating college life and situations, who to go to for what situation. But those would be the only additional classes other than welding classes themselves.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys are doing great with questions in the chat. So if you think of more, now is the time. And thank you to everybody for chiming in and answering them for our attendees today. Great. Well, we'll keep rolling, but if you think of something, we can circle back. We're going to move along now to the computer integrated machining program. And we're going to watch a quick little video clip and then turn it over to Mr. Brooks to share a little bit more about this program. So let's jump on in.
Different type of levels as to what you're trying to do, and you actually gain a life skill that can help you become a better artist.
There's so many different fields that leads into machining, and it's just such a great background.
Employers are understanding the value of a CNC machinist and how versatile they are. This can provide a great lifestyle, a good.
Awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing. You got to see two of our faculty on that video clip there. So let's learn a little bit more about the machining program at RCC. Thanks, Mr. Brooks.
Okay. So machining is a program that's near and dear to my heart. I took the machining program at RCC back in the 80s, and in the late 90s, I came back to start teaching it. So we have multiple jumping on and jumping off points. We have a 2-year associate's degree, a 1-year diploma, and then we have 2 certificates that take 2 semesters each. So the differences with the certificates, one is manual machining. It doesn't go into any CNC. It gets you entry-level skills such as measurement, basic machine tool operation for simple parts. The other certificate, the basic computer machining certificate, has 2 entry-level CNC classes in it, and it also is a stopping off point if you're going to work with some CNC material, and that may be more for an operator, someone who loads parts, doesn't necessarily make decisions, make changes to the machines, but sort of tends the machine. Our diploma lasts 3 semesters. So the 2 certificates are 2 semesters. Our diploma is 3 semesters. You have entry CNC level class. You have very extensive manual machining classes. And once you understand manual machining, converting it over to CNC isn't nearly as hard as you may think. And then our associate's degree is a 2-year program. Pretty much the 2nd year deals with all CNC. So it's everything from manual programming to graphic programming, which means using computerized software to create tool paths. We also have drafting classes within the program to teach 3-dimensional solid modeling. So any place that you step off, you have skills that you can go to work with, or you can continue on and you don't have to back up any at all to repeat anything to keep moving forward. Now, a machinist makes precision metal parts, and anything in the world that you see has either been made directly by a machinist, or a machinist has had something to do with making the equipment that makes whatever it is you're looking at. So whatever your interest is, there is a machining component to it. You just may not know about it. I had a student a few years ago that was a nursing student, came over and took machining, and now she works in Raleigh doing product development for surgical instruments. So she took 2 interests and put them together. So if you have any thoughts of working with your head and your hands, this is a good place to look. Any
Awesome.
questions?
Yeah, that's neat. I really liked what you said about the different stopping points so that you can earn, the certificate and continue on, like you said, and not lose any of those credits. They just roll right into the next. So,
All right, some people will earn a certificate or a diploma and then go to work and then continue on with the next level while they're working.
that's a great plan. Very cool. Excellent. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fabulous. So next we are going to jump over to HVAC and talk about air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration. So let's watch a brief little video with Mike Bryant.
What is your goal? What do you want to do in life? We have tons of programs here at RCC. They can do it if they push for it. In my opinion, it's the best program because it is one of the highest rated programs. But one thing that we do here is we actually try to have more hands-on. If you read it in a book, it's one thing. If you apply it with your hands, it's another thing. Everything has to have heating and cooling. People have to have heat, cooling to live. Computer systems have to have cooling or they're not going to operate. This job here is a very high demanding job. Right now in our program, we have 27 different jobs that you can take in this program. Male, female, any of it. Right now in the state of Virginia and North Carolina, we have a lot of women that are service technicians.
Awesome. Very cool. So I'm going to stop sharing. We've got a little primer for HVAC. And I believe we are down in the lab. Let me see if we can turn it over. Yep, there's Noah. I'm going to put myself on mute. Thanks, Noah.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing? This is the HVAC program here at Rockingham Community College. HVAC means heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It's one of the top programs on the markets now. It's a very high demand. What we teach you here to do is work on refrigerators, air conditioners, heat pumps, gas furnaces, oil furnaces, and we teach you a lot of electrical for household wiring. Teach you basic how to wire up lights, receptacles, and our HVAC equipment. We teach it in high voltage and low voltage, and you teach you how to braze, solder. We actually teach you how to cut steel and cut coppers, solder all of our units in, run our line sets for our units outside, set our outside units. We actually teach you how to do sheet metal work. We make you the sheet metal that runs all the air through the homes and everything. One thing with HVAC, it's a lot like a doctor. If you don't have the proper HVAC, which means the ventilation that you have in your home, if it's a hot day like today, it means your home can get hot. Then we teach you how to make it to where it stays cool. We show you how to set the equipment. We show you how to operate the equipment. And the main thing, we show you how to troubleshoot the equipment. And one of the things of it right now, HVAC technicians, service techs, installers, duct fabricators. We also have people, what we call adjusters and estimators. Right now, the demand is so high, we cannot fill it. Most of our advisory group that we have that work with us and everything, they're saying if they have any of the basic knowledge that we give them here at RCC, they'll hire them when they come. The pay is fairly good. It's a little bit more than minimum wage, or quite a bit more than minimum wage, but you can actually get into different things there and look at what you can do. Most of my students that come out last summer, we had 16 graduate, 16 got jobs within 2 months. All are making good money. Students that we have this semester, it's getting ready to go into summer classes. I got 12 students here, 4 of them already got jobs and they ain't even graduated yet. The demand is very, very high, but we're looking for good people that want to work with their hands and want to work in the field and have something that is going to be there from now on. It's something that's always going to be here. You've got to have heating and cooling. The program is very good. If you ever want to come by and visit with us, just get with Jennifer Lester here. Coordinator here, she'll get with me. We'll set times up. You can come in and visit. I'll do on-site tours with you if you want to do that. We can do anything you want to help you understand what HVAC is. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And something I heard over and over again, and we're hearing it as a theme across the board, is, jobs that are in demand. So, going into a program, you heard, what the graduating class had offers last year, and students who are not even graduating this year already have jobs in place. So definitely great fields to go into that are sought after and things that we will continue to need. So thank you for sharing. Fabulous. So let's jump over. We've got 2 more programs. We're on the home stretch. Next program is industrial systems. So we're going to learn a little bit about them through this video before we turn it over. Perfect.
Anything in the building, it's kind of like, who do we call? We always call industrial systems. So you got to be a jack of all trades. Industrial systems can go anywhere, anywhere. And the reason why is if you have a facility that makes anything, they're going to basically work under the same thing. I would say it's an opportunity. Young people today, if they want a career that they can take anywhere, there's always openings for people that do industrial systems and maintenance and facilities. Always. And you can take it anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, really. I love teaching because I love to be in the classroom with students. I love it when they learn, when I'm able to pass it on. You get so much more out of it by seeing somebody understand something that they didn't think they could do, and you bring them up to a level that they didn't think they would ever get to.
Awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing and turn over to Mr. Brooks again to share a little bit more about industrial. Thanks.
Okay, and Mr. Cruz was correct in everything he said. So industrial systems is that multi-craft technician that you always hear about. It's someone who understands some electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic. They have to be able to read blueprints. They're the problem solvers in a facility. They are the people that do the maintenance in a facility. They are the first line of defense when something goes down in a facility. And again, they're in high demand because they need to know different things, electrical, hydraulics, and all that, and how it works together. So the ultimate goal is they become problem solvers. This machine quit working. Why? Is it a sensor? Is it an electrical issue? Is it a mechanical issue? And being able to come in and quickly solve the problem. Many companies with production lines, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars an hour for that line to sit idle. So they want good technicians that can come in and quickly problem solve. It's a 1-year diploma, or excuse me, it's a diploma, but it's 2 years because it's part-time in the evening. So we have classes again that cover everything from electrical, blueprint reading, hydraulic, pneumatic, mechanical systems, laser alignment of pulleys and shafts, vibration analysis. You can actually go in and take a reading of how something vibrates. And then if the vibration changes over time, you can predict that something's getting ready to happen. So being comfortable with using software to do predictive analysis of things. The idea is to take care of it before it breaks. Change it on your terms, not on the terms of the system went down. So it's a very interesting choice. And if you like being able to problem solve, think, work through, if you're very analytical, it's a wonderful choice for programs.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. So we've got one more program to share, and we saved a brand new program for the end to share with you all. So we are excited about the new environmental planning and development. And so we have Dr. Flannery here to share more about the program, what's coming up. And just as we said, this is going to be brand new for the fall. So we're glad that you're here and you get to listen to more information. So Dr. Flannery, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thanks for being here.
Sure. Thank you, Laura. Well, as Laura mentioned, it's a brand new program. So our first class will be starting this August. And it has 3 different concentrations as part of the overall program. One is in environmental planning. And in that one, we'll be looking at site design, but like the map I have over my shoulder of a park design. And you'll be figuring out what kinds of environments you want to develop for outdoor recreation for the most part. Other courses will be focused on outdoor economy, so the tourism and hospitality economy, but also the way the natural assets that we have in this area can be used to bring in customers and create business models for yourself if you wanted to work on your own to kind of have people come and show them the rivers, show them the fields and the forests. And also we have a program called Trails and Outdoor Infrastructure. And that one will be doing design and build of different outdoor recreation areas like parks and trails, and also looking at how to take care of those locations in a sustainable way. So it's a bit like landscape architecture. It's a bit like site design, and there's a lot of parks and recreation and tourism involved. And this program is unique in the state. There's nothing else like it. We just invented it. So we're looking forward to getting our inaugural class and kind of tailoring what our approaches are and the projects that we look at and help people kind of explore with the cohort of students that we get in that first year and kind of learn together. So it's really exciting to get started on this and to do it at a place like RCC.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing about it. And I love what you said about it's so novel. This is brand new. So we're really excited to have it here. So
yeah, and the outdoor economy field has about many billions of dollars impact on the North Carolina economy. And we've just seen through the pandemic how much that has grown with people wanting to be outside and wanting to kind of engage with the environment and learn how to take care of that, manage that, and make a living off that is very timely. So it's an exciting time.
Awesome. Yeah, great point. Definitely kind of a cultural shift. Things are moving outside. People want to be outside. Very cool. Excellent. Well, are there any questions for any of our presenters about any of the programs?
Laura, we have a question in the chat box.
Do you see, is it a direct message?
It says to everyone, it's about guttering. And I can address that.
Sure.
So we don't have guttering in any of our curriculum programs right now, but we have had other people call and inquire about guttering. So that may be something that we look into as a continuing education class that may run just a few weekends or even a few days in a week to cover that. I will do some more exploring, and if you can get me some contact information, I'm sure my email will come up at some point. If you'll get me your contact information, I will keep you informed with how that goes.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for addressing that. Good questions. Fantastic. So we've had good questions. I think at this point, why don't we talk a little bit about admissions in the process? And if you have more questions, throw them out there and we'll circle back to them while you're kind of thinking. Perfect. All righty. So last couple of steps. So we've talked a lot about the different programs of study that we have at RCC. I know we probably have some seniors in the group or some folks who are in the GED program or adult high school. So looking for your next steps. So everybody starts with the RCC application. It's free to apply online. And I'll show you in just a moment where that lives on our website. High school seniors, students in the GED program, we encourage all students starting to apply for financial aid through the FAFSA. So if you're in here today and you're kind of thinking about how am I going to pay for school, a lot of our students at RCC are receiving free money to go to college. So it's grant aid, meaning as long as they're doing well and moving along in their classes, they don't pay that money back. So they can graduate from these programs without student loans so that they are ready just to enter the workforce and start making money in their careers. So that is a great option for students. So we want to make sure that everybody submits that FAFSA to see if you can get some aid for college. After you apply to RCC, you'll be directed to make an appointment to talk with someone in admissions or Ms. Galloway if you're a high school sophomore or junior this year, to talk about scheduling and next steps so that we can help you with orientation and get you enrolled in the program that you're interested in so that you can start at RCC. So this right here is our homepage. To apply, you would start up here in the right corner under the apply button, but I will draw your attention to this program dropdown. There are links to the programs that we discussed today here. So if you want to find more information or see a breakdown of exactly what type of courses you would be taking in these particular programs of study, this is a great spot to check out. So I encourage you to come back here and look at that. But for you seniors or folks graduating GED or adult high school, you would apply for residency here. If you're a high school sophomore or junior, you get to skip that step. And then this application to RCC is linked here. And like I mentioned, it's free to apply. So you would submit this application, and then you would schedule your virtual appointment to talk with us in the admissions office, or you'd be directed to talk with Ms. Galloway if you're interested in doing some of those classes while you're still in high school. So we are excited about what we've got coming up for this fall semester at RCC. You've noticed throughout our session today that a lot of these classes are hands-on, which students love. So they love being down in the industrial technologies area, being hands-on, and really getting to put their hands on what they're learning in the classroom. So a lot of great opportunities for that at RCC. Ms. Galloway was here to talk about Career and College Promise. So if you are a sophomore or a junior this year in high school and you're interested in these, go ahead and get started while you're still in high school. What a cool way to get a jump start on your career. And those classes can roll right into a program after you graduate. So definitely don't want to miss that opportunity. If you're sitting here today and it is something that you're interested in, start talking now with your high school counselors about that opportunity. Fabulous. So we're going to open the floor if there are any additional questions. But while you're thinking, I'm going to put the link to the t-shirt form in the chat box. So if you will please fill this out and let us know what t-shirt size you would like so that we can make sure to get you the right t-shirt. So that link is in the chat box, which you should be able to access just along your chat or along toolbar at the bottom. Great. So while you're filling that out, are there any questions or outstanding things that maybe we haven't covered that you were hoping that we would talk about today? Anything we can help with?
If you think of something after today, please feel free to give any of us a call. We would be more than happy to answer your question, do whatever we need to do to get you comfortable with your decision.
Great point. And how nice that you can now put faces with names so you can let us know that you were in the session today and you want to talk more. We're glad to help. That's awesome. Great. Well, what I'll do, I'm going to end the recording, and that way if you want to ask a question, you're welcome to hang around. If you haven't, please make sure that you fill out that form so that we can get you your t-shirt. But thank you all for being here today. Super glad to have everybody with us. Many thanks to our folks down Industrial Technologies area who shared and were able to provide a lot of great information for us. We appreciate y'all. Fantastic.
Thank you.